Hey guys, Jennifer McCune coming to you live from Charlottesville, Virginia. As many of you know, I started my side hustle biz a little over 6.5 years ago, and I love, love, love my business. I love, one of the many things I love about it is the incredible people I meet, and I just love to share their stories. So I am bringing on one of my friends today who lives in the DC area to share a little bit more about her incredible story. Here she is now. Hey Ray, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit staticky, but we'll do our best. So super excited to have you coming live today. I typed in the introduction and I didn't get to share with everybody your incredible story. You started this side hustle. You were working full time. You were pregnant, ready to give birth. Your husband's never around. Tell us more why you decided to add this to your plate.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for having me. This is exciting. You're like the Sally Jesse Raphael of RNF interviews. So
It is. It's fun, isn't it?
I love it. So I started almost 6 years ago, was about to literally within days of having my second, and was going to have two kids under two. And had looked at the products. And that was really for me the big interest because it was time to start using big skincare. I feel like people were always shocked at how old I really was. And then as time went on, they became less and less shocked. And I was like, okay, it's time. The wipes every day for 20 years wasn't cutting it. So I had contacted my friend Steph, and she had been trying to talk to me about the business for a while, and I was not interested. But I knew that I could get them at a discount, and I told my husband, I'm like, if I can make our car payment, then great. Like I'll take one bill off the table with this little side business because I was going back to work and I did go back to work after maternity leave. So that's just kind of how I got started, and it's just grown from there.
That's fantastic. So obviously it was a busy time for you guys. You had a lot going on. Did you have any hesitations or was it a no-brainer like, oh, I'm just going to do this?
So yes, lots of hesitation, but it really wasn't. Once I made up my mind, there was no hesitation leading up to the days before I decided to join. The hesitation had come when Stefan tried to talk to me about the business before. I had done another direct sales company for a very small amount of time, and it left a taste in my mouth that I didn't like, that I wasn't comfortable with. And so I kind of put all of those companies in that box and said, well, not gonna do not gonna do that anymore. But when I had met her for lunch and we kind of talked about it, every single objection and bad taste I had in my mouth, she was like, "Well, that's not what we do." I said, "I don't. I have a tiny house. I can't stock samples and continue to keep buying them." And she's like, "We don't do that." I'm like, "That's fine." And I also, like, nights and weekends, I have to network for my real job. I'm not throwing parties, and I'm definitely not asking my friends to do it. And she was like, "Yeah, that's not how this business model is either." And I was like, God, you're making it hard to say no. But I knew, and my husband's awesome. Like, he's super supportive. He is always like, try it. And if you stink at it, well, then you know. But if you don't try, you don't know. And so once I had gotten to that point and I knew I had his backing, there were no hesitations. It was like, let's do it. Let's see what we can make of it.
And isn't it so funny? It's funny, like people say, oh, I don't like that industry. And it's like, well, corporate America, there are a lot of different types of jobs. Not every business is the same, and it's just the same in our channel as well. So it's really interesting when people say that. And I know I've been in that place before as well. So it's just we tend to do that, right? So we have met on numerous fantastic trips that we've earned together. We have so much fun together. you have done incredibly well. You're no longer working full time, right?
That's right. Yep.
So tell us a little bit more about that, because I mean, maybe that's the best part. I don't know. Maybe there are other best parts, but I imagine you have at least one best part of what you've been doing. But being home and not having to work full time has got to be incredible. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So it is. And I had, so since then, so I decided to leave my full-time job right after I had my third, which was almost 4 years ago. For me, with my husband gone all the time and having three kids under four, about to, I knew that the lifestyle was not sustainable. And unfortunately, my kids were really getting the crappiest version of me because I gave it to everybody else, and then what was left was for them. And that wasn't the mom that I envisioned that I was. So I did leave, and for me, immediately the best part was back then was not having to work for anybody else, like to go on vacation, not check my email, and make sure projects were taken care of. It was a total freedom. I had worked for somebody since I was 15, so to not have that was great. As time marched on, I come to realize that that is still one of the best parts. I love being home with my kids. I am a horrible, like a C plus on a good day, stay at home mom. So having this business for me is gives me so many other outlets, and that really is the best part. I can show up for my kids when they need me, but I also have this incredible community. And so for now, the best part's kind of shifted. For me, it's the people and the connections. As a mom and as a full-time working mom, you're super isolated. You don't have free time because the free time that you have, you spend with your family, which is fine, but you don't fill up your own tank. And I had to give up teaching at the gym and give up doing anything like girls' nights out. That type of thing was hard to do. And so now that bucket is filled, like the love bucket, that they call it, from everybody, from friends, and it doesn't have to be a Rodan Fields person. It's This business has just opened up so much time for me to connect with people that I normally wouldn't. And from like a business standpoint, I mean the people, I mean you talk to them all the time, Jennifer. They're wicked smart. They're class acts. They will do anything for anybody. And you and I aren't even on the same team. So that for me is amazing. And customers too. I just talked to a girl from my high school show choir over the weekend who was like, I need to be a customer. I'm like we got on the phone, we talked for 30 minutes. I got off and I thought, my heart is so full, and it's not because she's now gonna have gray skin. It's because I got to reconnect with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that for me, working full time, especially with a husband who's never home, was really. It's really, you can't put a price on it. So
Absolutely. We talk all the time how our business is about relationships, and it's so true with each other, with other people. And what you said about being a C plus stay-at-home mom, I think the majority of us feel that on any given day, moment, second. And it's so nice to be in a community where we can be professionals, where we can be earning money, but we can still be moms.
right.
And it's fine if our kids doing whatever in the background, or it's really priceless to be able to have that opportunity. I don't know if I've shared this with anybody, I'll share it briefly now. When I was in high school, I was just this very strong-willed woman who just always, surprise, surprise, to be able to work, but be able to be a mom, be able to have this great profession. And I had some great classmates who we had this voting of who was going to be what, who's who, best of best. And I got voted most likely to be a housewife, to pick on me. And so now I joke that I'm the best darn housewife ever because we make a great salary, and I get to be home with my kids. I get to do 6 loads of laundry yesterday and have dinner on the table and have my kids host a party tonight, all around this incredible business with incredible people. So it's just, I mean, where else could we do that, right? Be the best housewife ever and own it with pride because I get to be the best mom, not the best, but I get
Yeah.
to do all of this and make money and have
That's it.
incredible relationships. So C
Yeah.
plus mom, I'm right there with you. It's not
Some
always
days it's
easy.
better, some days it's worse.
Well,
But
thank you so much for sharing your story. And on top of all this, your husband is gone most of the time. I know on behalf of so many of us, we appreciate the sacrifices he does to keep our country safe by following what needs to be done in the highest offices. So
that's
thank you.
right. Oh,
Thank you
thank you.
so much.
It's great to see you. Thank you for having me on. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye, Red.